Everyone, welcome to my channel Electronics Hacker. This is Kausal Maurya and I hope you are very well, safe and sound. So friends, this is the video from the playlist of the microprocessor and its applications. So let's start the video. In this entire video, we have talked about the introduction of the 8086 microprocessor. So let's start with the introduction to the 16-bit microprocessor. It is also known as the 16-bit microprocessor, whereas the microprocessor 8085 is also known as the 8-bit microprocessor, but here the microprocessor 8086 are known as the 16-bit microprocessor. So friends, let's start. The 16-bit microprocessor families are designed primarily to compete with a microcomputer and are oriented towards the high level language. So it is oriented towards the HLL, that means high level language. Next is that their applications sometimes overlap those of the 8-bit microprocessor. That means it is the modified version of the 8-bit microprocessor, so their applications sometimes overlap those 8-bit microprocessor, that is the 8085. So this have the powerful instruction sets and the capable of the addressing megabytes of memory. So this is the 16-bit microprocessor and it have the powerful instruction sets and the capable of the addressing megabytes of the memory, whereas the 8-bit microprocessor, that the 8085, have the kilobyte of memory, have the addressing kilobyte of the memories, but here the 16-bit microprocessor, that is the 8086 microprocessor, have the powerful instruction sets and capable of the addressing megabytes of the memory. So the era of the 16-bit microprocessor is begin in the 1974 with the introduction of the PACE chip by the National Semiconductor and the Texas Instruments TMS 9900 was introduced in the 1976. So the concept of the microprocessor 16-bit 8086 are start from the 1974 from the introduction of the chip that is known as the PACE chip by the National Semiconductor Company, and next at the Texas Instruments introduced the TMS 9900 in the year of the 1976, and the Intel 8086 is commercially available in the 1978. So the commercially available chip are known as the Intel 8086 microprocessor, which is the 16-bit microprocessor, are available commercially in the 1978, and the Zilog Z800 in the year 1979, the Motorola MC68000 in the year of the 1980. So it is the in the 1980, whereas the Motorola MC68000 are the introduced in the 1980. So the 16-bit microprocessor are available in the different pin packets. So here is some examples of the 16-bit microprocessor. So let's take a look on these examples. So first is the Intel 8086 and 8088, which is of the 14 pin package, and Zilog Z8001 is also of the 14 pin package. Next is the Digital Equipment LSI, second is the also 14 pin package, and Motorola MC 68000 is 64 pin package, and National Semiconductor NS 16000 is of the 48 pin package. So the primary objectives of this 16-bit microprocessor can be summarized as the follows. So first primary objectives of the 16-bit microprocessor, that is the increase the execution speed. So in the previous we have used the 8085, that is the 8-bit microprocessor, and in the 8085 microprocessor we have take the face the some problems, that is the less execution speed. So this problem are satisfied by the 8086 16-bit microprocessor, that will be the increased execution speed. Second is the increased memory addressing capability. It is also increase the memory addressing capacity and provide the powerful instruction set over the 8085 microprocessor. And fourth primary objectives is the facilitate facilitated sorry facilitate the programming in the high level language. So it have the facility to programming in the high level language. That means the 16-bit microprocessor 8086 have the facilitate the programming in the high level language. So next is the Intel 8086 and the 8088. So let's talk about the Intel 8086 and 8088. So it is the 16-bit microprocessor housed in the 40-pin dual inline package, that is the DIP. So what is the dual inline package? That is the package of IC in which the pins are situated in the opposite two directions, that is in the two direction. So it is also known as the dual inline package DIP, and the capable of the addressing 1 MB 1 megabyte of the memory. So the Intel 8086 and 8088 have the capable for the addressing 1 megabyte of memory, and various version of this chip can operated with the different clock frequencies. So 8086 have driven operated by the 8086 operated are driven at the 5 megahertz, and 8086 are operated at the 8 megahertz, and 80861 is operated at the 10 megahertz frequency. So it contains the approximately 29,000 transistors. So 8086 microprocessor consists of the 29,000 of transistor and fabricated using the HMOS technology. Fabricated using the HMOS technology, and the term of the 16-bit means that its arithmetic logic unit, its internal register, and the most of its instruction are designed to work with the 16-bit binary words. So why we have called the term 16 bits of the microprocessor? So this line proves that the 16-bit microprocessor are deals with the arithmetic logic unit and its internal registers, and most of its instructions are designed to work with 16-bit binary words. The 8086 microprocessor has the 16-bit data bus. It have to be clear that the data bus of the 8086 microprocessor, it have of the 16-bit, so it can read from the read or write data to the memory and ports either 16-bit or the 8 bits at a time. And the 8086 microprocessor have the 20-bit address bases, and so it can be address any one of the 220 or the 1,48,576 memory location. So it have address this memory location, and here the 16-bit words will stored in the two consecutive memory locations if the first byte of a word is at an even address. Let's take a look and be serious that if the first byte of the word is at an even address, the 8086 can read entire word in the one operation, and if the first byte of the word is an odd address, then the 8086 will read the first byte with the one bus operation and the second byte with the another bus operation. It is not read in the single operation if and only if the first byte is the word at the odd address. So it is also noted that because it is very important. So next we have take a short look on the features of the 8086 microprocessor. So first is the feature. There are the number of the advantages of the there is a number of advantages of the 8086 microprocessor over the 8086 microprocessor, and here is the list of the features of the Intel 8086. So first it requires the signal of the plus 5 volt power supply, very less power supply, plus 5 volt. Next is that it have the 16-bit microprocessor and it has the clock frequency of 5 megahertz. and it have the 16-bit arithmetic and logic unit, and its memory is divided into the even and odd location, which is read just before that this memory is divided into the even and odd both locations, and it has maximum memory of the 1 megabyte. It have the maximum memory of the 1 megabyte, and it address the memory from the 00000h to FFFFFFH. It has the 20-bit address line and 16-bit data line, and it can generate 16-bit input output address, so it can access up to 2 to the power 16, that is the 65,536 input and output ports. It has the separate units of the fetching and execution of the instructions. So it have the separate unit. It is noted that it have the separate unit for the fetching and execution of the instruction. And next is the it operates in the two modes, that is named at the maximum and minimum mode, and it can fetch up to the 6 instruction in the instruction queue. It fetch up to 6 instruction in an instruction queue. Queue means line, queue means qatar, and it can support for external math corporation. It has support for external math corporation. It is manufactured in standard temperature range, that is 32 degree Fahrenheit to the 180 degree Fahrenheit, and extended temperature range to the 40 degree Fahrenheit to the 225 Fahrenheit. So this is the feature of the 8086 microprocessor, and here we read about the introduction to the 16-bit microprocessor, that is the 8086 microprocessor. So friends, in this video we have talked about the introduction of the 8086 microprocessor. I hope you like the video, and if you like video, then please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon and keep going and watching my videos. Thank you very much for watching the video.